Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Let me see who's in the building. I know we're coming on a little early. I just want to get on in here and see if we're going to come on later on tonight. I don't know. But just chat a little bit about these lies and why are they a lie? Because that's what's got me stuck right now. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Lisa Taylor. Thank you for being first in the building. We got Lady T in the house. Lady T, how you doing? How you doing, lovely? And then we got Crystal Power. She's in the building. What's going on? We got Zena Turbers in the building. And we don't have all of our mods yet, but they'll be in here. Trust me. Hey, D Diva, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. D Diva knows how to cook, y'all. Her and my brother be like cooking and she be like, don't, and I'm not even gonna go there, D. I'm not even gonna go there, D, about some macaroni. We're not gonna go there about the macaroni today. So anyway, you guys. So let's talk a little bit and Say Less is, we got Say Less all up in here. Say Less is in the building. Hey, Say Less. I like that. Say Less. Tina Powers is in here. How you doing? She's speaking to everybody. You guys come on in. I know it's a little early, but we didn't come on yesterday because I had a lot of thinking to do. A lot. Hello, Evelyn. What's going on with you? Everybody good? Today's Friday. It's payday for some of us. Not me, but that's what they do on Friday. Shoot, I passed up my little job that I had on the side for 7 years as a pediatric nurse. I just never called them back, and they told me, like I've been working for them for 7 years. But after that last case, the child grew out the services. I'm just, I'm just trying to make my way into my what I want to do, and so it's hard for me to do what I want to do when I'm doing what everybody else want me to do. So if I just quit doing what they want me to do, maybe I will have a little bit more excitement about what I have put together almost 20 years ago and go ahead and do what I want to do. So that's why I did not get back with them and say, look, restate my certifications that they wanted me to. I just, yeah, it's good. I can always go back, but, I didn't leave on bad terms. I just didn't take no more jobs with them. And they were saying, hey, look, if you don't take no more jobs with us, I mean, we done gave you more than enough time. We only let a person go for 30 days without working for us. You done went 90, 120, and we're still saying, come on, come and take one of these jobs. And I'm like, I already got a job. I'm going to focus on that. Sometimes we just spread ourselves too thin. And you guys know about a peanut butter sandwich that don't have enough peanut butter on it. I wouldn't even call it a peanut butter sandwich. I just call it 2 pieces of bread. Yeah. It is the worst sandwich in the world. You got to have just enough. And when you spread yourself too thin, yeah, you can still call it what you want to call it, but it don't make it good. Okay? So you guys, we're going to talk about Talisha more a little bit and why is she lying, because I am going to drop some nuggets and I've been thinking about, should I drop them, when I should drop them. I'm going to start dropping them and I don't know, but first of all, I'm thinking to myself, you guys, sometimes, I let me share this with you because we're still in our 10 minutes. But sometimes, and don't get me wrong, I know that we have a little, I'm not saying, but we're supposed to look out for one another. I mean, all across the world, just human race. We're supposed to, good people versus the bad people. Good, doing good versus people doing bad. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes we say we do not protect our own. We're the first ones that will tear our own down or don't help our own. And I had a little situation at work that it went just like that. Like I'm the nurse or whatever, and I got 2 CNAs and they're black. Okay, just you guys put it in the chat. They're black. You can just say black. Okay, just so that I know that you guys are listening. And I worked all night. Matter of fact, I got off the computer and start working the floor to help these 2 CNAs, which, I'm just thinking to myself, shoot, they got a lot of work to do. We got some one-on-ones. Let me grab one of these one-on-ones. Thank you, Lisa Taylor. Thank you. Let me grab one of these one-on-ones so I can help one of these sisters out. Help the sisters out, so that, it won't be so hard or whatever. I can sit back and watch. Like, that's what I really should do, and do some paperwork. But I prefer to somebody else do the paperwork if that's what they want to do. I'm going to help or whatever. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, well, nothing happened all night. We made sure everybody was safe, secure. Everybody got what they needed, everything. And when it was time for me to give the oncoming nurse report, she said, what is the report, SP? And I said, we had a really good night. Nothing actually really happened. We did one-on-ones. Everybody had one person to do a one-on-one with. We kept everybody off the floor like that. It all went well, Here come one of the CNAs. One of them already went home. Now, take it in consideration. Both of these girls is late every freaking day. Every day. Every day that they got to work, they're late. It is very disturbing to me. Very disturbing. But nevertheless, I'm going to tell you how you can create a good look for yourself. The only thing you got to do is quit being late. Period. It will change your whole persona. People will look at you better. They would think that you care or whatever, nevertheless. But every day, both, not one. One's late every day. The other one's late 2 days out of 3. The other one's batting 3 out of 3. She's batting 100%. She gonna be late every day. So that is the first problem. Anyway. So I'm talking to the oncoming nurse, and she's Caucasian. And she's upset because, some things ain't going well for her, and they don't have enough staff, which they had time enough to get. And so she's like, I really didn't want to come in. I didn't want to leave you like this. And so I said, okay, we left you in a good state. We left you in a good situation. Nothing happened all through the night. There's nothing I could tell you. Nothing went on. And so the CNA comes up. And she's African. I'm just going to let you guys know. She's African. And she's like, where's the report sheet? And I said, what you need? I said, I threw it away because there's nothing to report. She was like, well, I need the report sheet. And so the Caucasian girl said, what happened? She says, well, this happened and that happened to this resident and this happened. And I'm looking at her like, where in the heck did this come from? I said, hold on. And she's looking at me. I said, stop right there. I've been here 12 and a half hours helping you guys on the floor. Tell me why I don't know about what you're talking about. Tell me why, if this happened or that, why I don't know about it. I'm your nurse. Why? Tell me. I'm furious. But this Caucasian nurse comes up in here and you got a whole report. First of all, you're out of line. Period, point blank. You're out of line. You're supposed to come to your nurse and say, hey, such and such got a bruise. Such and such didn't go to the bathroom. These are my concerns. You're supposed to go to your nurse. And she looks at me with a little smile like she don't understand what I'm saying. I really can't freaking stand it, you guys. I just wanted to knock the black off of her. I mean, it's like, I literally got on the floor and worked that 12 hours so you didn't have to. And for me to do my job is for you to do your job and tell me what's going on. But you decided to keep it away from me so you can try to do my job and be all informant and tell this counterpart nurse, which is Caucasian. And I looked at her And you know what the Caucasian nurse did? Hey Tina, how you doing? Her mouth went into an O circle, because normally I don't say anything because, and like I said, if they want to say, this person got up in the middle of the night or whatever, I let them say. But this was a nurse situation. I should have known. So what made you think to go over my head, not tell me, but then going to stand there like you're the nurse going to give report? And that Caucasian nurse, she turned around, she held her mouth, because like I said, I normally don't say nothing. I normally don't say anything, but I had to say something in front of everybody because, first of all, this is not how we do this. And, I really wasn't ticked off. I had to say something because you thought it was okay. I mean, we have problems like that even in this channel sometimes. Sometimes some of the mods, they step over. Instead of call me and say, hey, SP, I got this to say, they'll run, come in and say, woo, 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 and then sit back. Been at it all day long. Not knowing if it's going to tear up the channel. It's like, see, I brought you something. Okay, I tell you all the time, please don't bring me what another channel got. I done said that. I don't know how I can say it any other way, because we don't swing the way they swing. We really don't. I want a team. Anywho's, a team that when we come together, I can go and research what you're saying. Hey, Lisa Calhoun, how you doing? That you're not putting this channel in jeopardy because you just want to say something. And I figured it out. I said, this African chick, she wanted to be the star of attraction or whatever. She wanted to be star of attraction, or she wanted to be the nurse. Well, you got to go back to school, put your time in or whatever. But you have to go in the direction of the way it's supposed to be. Nobody didn't say, hey, I would have said, hey, you can go ahead and tell the nurse. I don't care. You can give a report or tell her what you know or whatever, because it's not really important to me, or I done already took care of it or something. But do not come out of your lane into somebody else's and act like you have the right of way. That's just the way it is. Hey, SK, how you doing? Hey, woke to God, what's going on? You guys guys got to understand that. So I'm gonna drop a nugget today. Maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna drop it now or drop it later. We'll get to talking about what we need to talk about and see what's going on. We just do. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Because I went to sleep as soon as I got home. Normally when I come home, I'm chitter chatter. I'm looking up stuff. I'm doing research, whatever. Woke the guy says she's smoking her Vipe. All right. You're loving it. I know you is, girl. And then, but anyway, you guys. So let me get off into, yeah, I will share a little nugget with you right now. I will share a little nugget because in order for me to tell you, she said 7 to 3 makes complaints about 11 to 7, and 3 to 11 make a complaint about 7 to 3, and 11 to 7 just deals with it. Maybe that's what I had to vent to Woke to God this morning, and I was like, man, whatever. But I had to tell her so she'll know I will put her in her place. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't say nothing unless I know for a fact I'm right. I will back it up with everything I say. You're definitely going to be wrong. I do not say anything. You know, like, I mean, she grown woman. She can say what she want to say. But, you know, I'm going to say something. And then if she, and it gets all crazy or whatever, I know that I'm going to be right. You know what I'm saying? So if she goes to the big boss, my DON, and say, you know, she picking on me and she was yelling at me. And then they call people in. They're going to say, well, SP asked her why she don't know about this all night. Why you come run tell me? Why you didn't tell your nurse? See what I'm saying? I don't never say nothing unless I'm right. I'm just being honest with you. So I'm going to tell you what's been on my mind because, like I said, I did a one-on-one with a resident, and that just gave me a lot of time to think. Not saying that I had to go dig up anything else because I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to say. Hey, come holler at us, sister. What's going on? Live is live. All right. Okay, so we now, you know, there's something that Woke the God came in here and she's like, she showed me, she sent it to me. She sent me this address in Detroit and it said something about Cordell Wright. So he's got this address in Detroit. And you know, considering who Woke the God is, which, you know, she's cool, she family, you know, and it gave me time to think about, like, okay, yeah, okay. And okay, I didn't see it on the other app, but okay, but it has both addresses on it. So you got both address. That's what she was showing me, you guys. If you guys, I know you guys didn't see it. I seen it. She texted to me and said, look, SP. That's what she was in the chat saying. Look, SP. You know, they got his address as it. And I'm not debating that that's not true. I'm just not debating that. I was sharing with you guys his address in Ypsilanti. Okay, you guys got that? And I now, after talking with her and thinking about what she showed me, like I always tell you guys, you know, I love that she shared that with me and everything. I think she did put it out there, but I think it got blocked or whatever. I don't know. But he allegedly he's supposed to have a address in Detroit, which it does make sense what she's saying to me. That's why I said, you know, we can bang all day long, but don't get it twisted. That's still my sis. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So and we when we talk about what we seen, what we heard, what we know, and common sense things. And that's how sometimes we get our topics, because if something just don't make sense or something came in the equation, it just came in the equation. You guys, I think tonight I'm going to share with you guys a big nugget, and I don't know. But anyway, nevertheless, it's just something that keeps coming in my head. And if I had it right now, I would show enough share it. I would. Anyway, we'll see what goes on. But anyway, so she's got this address that's in Wayne County. And you got to remember, that does make sense what she's saying. See what I'm saying? When a person got something to share, it doesn't matter if it's more of a possibility what they're saying is true. Let's talk about it. Let me get it in my mind what you're saying, and let's make sense of it. So Woke the God said, hey, you know, I'm just letting you know because of he was on probation or parole or whatever, and you got to stay in your county. And she's right. You do. You do. You do. You do. You got to have an address that's affiliated with that same town. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Now, I don't know if this is a type of tether that he could take off or what kind of probation or parole. They never come out and they never come out and they can do a drive-by anytime. They can call you at any time and you better be there. That tether lets them know where you are at all times. But I know that people know how to take them off also. But it's amazing to me that I heard this a long time ago at the beginning of this case, that Jarvis had another house somewhere. No, I think they said a house in another town. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys, I don't know. So I'm going to share this with you guys. And you guys, like I said, when I share something with you, it's for a reason. Because what she said, it does make sense. But I cannot take out the equation, like I said, that he's got this apartment over here in Ypsilanti. Oh, it's his. It's his. And he's been there in January of 2024. Now, could he have put his name on a lease to have somebody get an apartment and, he just know the people? Yeah, that's true. It's just weird that it's there in Ypsilanti. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? And I do know that they went to that town, and I do know that we don't really know if they came back. Yeah, we know they came back, but we don't know what time. But we do know that they checked in the motel, Park Crest Inn, at 9:30. We know that. Right. Somebody put right in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Go out, hit the like button. Come on in. I'll wait for you. I'll wait. Because I don't know. Go out, hit the like button. Some of y'all ain't even got to go out. It's right there. Hey, just come on, you guys, at one time. No, it was not that town. Saginaw. No, it wasn't Saginaw. Renee, you're late. It's Ypsilanti. Why? See, you're late, and you asking what town was it. We had a whole yesterday video. You don't have to go back and watch that video, honey. Because me just telling you it, you're probably not going to believe what I said. Now, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to believe what I just said. Yeah. Okay. Y'all done hit the like button? Okay, thank you. I believe that you guys, so what woke the God and I was talking about is it a possibility that they may have to? Is it a possibility that, shoot, you know what I'm saying? And I got to thinking, because remember when my brother was trying to she said, yeah, I was late. I seen yesterday I was talking about Jarvis. My bad. Now, you're good. You're good. Please, you guys, sometimes you guys think I'm I'm jumping down your throat or something. I just love some feedback. So thank you for even speaking to me in the live, because I would be sitting over here talking to myself. You're good. And I'm glad that you seen the live yesterday and you're in here today. That tells me that you have a lot on your mind about what's going on and who's lying. See, people just can't tell me anything. They just can't. Like, if it don't make sense, I'm gonna sit back and analyze it, and I'm gonna talk to my homegirls. And I've got a couple of them that I talk to and say, "Hey, what's going on? What do you think about this?" And then they gonna give me their feedback. I don't get mad because it don't add up what they say or something. It's 90% of the people I talk to got common sense, and they do. They got common sense. So, I'm just not. See, sometimes I can't with some of y'all, and it ain't the family that's been here for a while. I mean, they still got little things that they need to work out in their minds, but they coming along pretty good. They doing a good job. Trust and believe. They ain't taking wooden nickels and thinking they dimes. They just not. So here's the thing, you guys. Check this out. So I keep saying, Talisha, why would she lie? Why? If anybody want to call me and just tell me why this woman, I can't even understand and wrap my head around it. But one thing that I cannot do for sure is say she ain't lying. I know without her. You know what? I know that if I had to bet my life on it about she seeing this baby on that day, I bet my life on it it's not true. I'm serious. That's how much I know. I believe. She said, I think she messed with King. I don't know. She love her nephew now. She love her nephew. And let me tell you, her nephew, King's baby, I would show y'all, but this boy, he spit him out. He looks just like King. He's a very handsome young man. See, I know some people get mad and say SP King is not handsome. Yes, he is. He's a very good looking man. He is. But I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I don't care. A lot of things look good. That don't mean they're good for you. You know what I'm saying? King might have been messing around with her too. That's what I have been thinking about. That's why she was lying for him. Now, you know what? I'm going to tell you something that don't make sense. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't never want to tear somebody down, especially and some people going to understand what I'm saying. And they say, SP, you're a little bit prejudiced. No, I am not. I am pro-black though. If y'all don't understand what pro-black means, then, you're just not going to understand me. I'm definitely not racist at whatsoever. But if somebody that came out the ghetto somehow and all the diversity things that has happened to them in their life, they didn't get killed, they didn't get murdered, their mama raised them, and and the drugs and the poverty that they had to live in, and make it somehow in this world. Because I know what black women have to go through. We are the most hated race in the world. So I know what you have to go through. We see it. We identify with it. We know it. We know it when we walk in the room. But the funny thing about it is, I don't care if you're a man or woman, you're white, you're pink, you're polka dotted, whatever. Everybody want to be like us. but they hate us. Yes, King is very handsome. And his son looks just like him. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Morris Chestnut. Yep, he does. He's a very handsome man. See, some people be like, but you know what? He would whoop that tail. He probably put you in a headlock. he like the he put a woman in a headlock so fast it ain't even funny. And dare her to eat. He'd be like, you better not touch that spaghetti. When I come back, that spaghetti better be right there. And you be pregnant 9 months, getting ready. that ninja be like, girl, he'll whoop a woman's butt in a minute. Oh no. We do not give him our number. He's very, very good looking. Golly. But like I said, I brought home a piece of triple double chocolate cake. You know what? And my husband's on a diet. But you know what? And I'm not fond of sweets. I'm a salt type of person. I like salty things, but nevertheless, I know that this triple double chocolate devil's cake is not good for you, but it looks so good. Man, I had to taste a little bit of it, but I ain't finna eat the whole cake. I'm leaving it for him. Not to be mean or anything, but I'm just saying he is losing that weight. People lose weight, they're going to get a whole different perspective. They think that they can do stuff that they can't do. Nevertheless, I put them straight. But anyway, if you go mess with King will have you running down that street while he chasing you in that car. She said, sound bad, but it's so good. Yes. Oh, trust and believe. I take a picture of this cake. You be like, ooh. This cake, oh my goodness. I can't even explain it. It has some kind of ambiance to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, you guys. But anyway, you guys, he does seem like he is very controlling, wouldn't go nowhere near you like that. I would just admire. Yeah, you're going to have to admire him from afar. Back on to what we was talking about, though. She said, I don't believe Jarvis would have allowed King or no other man to mess around with NaZiyah. I think King is handsome. Okay. King is handsome. People don't want to say it because they know people come after him and be like, But, and people get mad the minute you say Jarvis is nice looking. I mean, they're not bad looking characters, you guys. They're just not. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Jarvis. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I do not care for light-skinned men. Why do you say that, SP? I just don't. But here's the thing. I'm not going to throw one away just because of their skin color. My husband is light. Shoot, my last husband was light. My baby's daddy's light. But I prefer the black men, the dark ones. I prefer some chocolate. But chocolate is always not good for you. She said have her run until her feet is thin. Exactly. So check this out. So I had to think about, okay, let me look at this woman's whole persona. Let me look at her background. So I started digging into Talicia's background to see what type of woman she is. Okay? And you guys, I'm never going to keep something away from you. I'm just not going to do it. Well, when I have to, But something like this, this woman has a very, very upstanding. No, she says she looks rough. No, she has a very upstanding life. This woman is pretty much a doctor. Say, SP, shut the front door. She's a MA. If she ain't already got her master's degree, which I think she already does, she's like a freaking doctor. And I'm saying, you can lose everything. Why would this woman get on that stand and lie? She's almost a doctor. It don't even make sense. She's an MA. She has her CRSC, which is Clinical Research Coordinator. She's a counselor. Y'all, I wouldn't even lie to you. And I'm sitting there going, why would you lie for this nut bucket? Because that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want to tear down a woman that has all the elements in the world, overcame, and here I am sitting there saying something negative. But she's lying. She's literally freaking lying. And what would make you put your license at stake? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Because I know for a fact you're lying. If you seen that girl, maybe you're on drugs or something and you really just don't even remember, or you just got on the stand because you don't want your mother on the stand, because we do know your mother used to be on drugs really bad. But, and I didn't even want to throw that out there because people will start dragging her mama and stuff like that. And you know what? Don't even touch my mama. Because I'll get a hold of your whole family. And I will. Because I said, okay, why do they got this woman on the stand? Because the car's not hers. The car is not hers. It's the mama. Why they got this woman on the stand? The house is not hers. That's her mama. And not only that, you guys, they don't even live in this. So somebody told me that they know this woman, and they do. They know the woman because I thought it was this other woman. And I sent them the picture and they was like, no, SP. No, I sent them the picture and I said, hey, look at this. That's what I said. I didn't tell them who I thought it was or whatever. I said, hey, look at this. And then they text me. It was like, they called me. They text me. I think they text me first and I didn't say nothing because I just wanted to see how they was going to respond. See, I do people like that all the time. I got all kind of tricks. So they called me and they was like, who did you send me a picture of? And I said, ain't that Talicia's mama? And they was like, no. Hold on, you guys. Hello?
I did not hear my phone ring.
That's okay. What's up?
You called me.
I did. I was going to say, make sure you lock the car up because my bill folder's in there.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, babe.
What are you doing?
I'm live right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, babe.
Bye.
So, yeah. She lied for King and her mom. Men will have you risk it all depending on the woman. She needs to be in a jail. I think she was going with him. I don't have a clue why. See, and this is what I thought, you guys. The only thing that made sense to me is why lie is because, okay, so they picked up King the day before Valentine's Day. Okay, because remember, Talisha said that they called him the day after. So they must have it on recording that they called. So they're definitely a part of this equation. Now, whether there was a red jag, we already know they didn't get no part. That's a lie, King said. And you know, King's face expression did not change when he lied and all this other stuff. He was cool, calm, and collective. He didn't look like he was stressed out or anything. She said she probably was going to perform. She's not that kind of doctor. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I thought the same thing because they do help people, but she's not that kind of doctor. She's a counselor type of doctor. She's a counselor for people that's on, drug rehabilitation. You guys hear what I just said? His eyes bucked when they said township. Yes, Karen, you heard that. When they said township, yeah, his eyes did buck. You seen it? I seen it too. I said pay dirt. That's the only time that boy flinched. And because he even stuttered. He was like, township. And then so that's why I come to you guys, and sometimes I don't want to, I just threw a little nugget out there for you guys. Like, I don't want to tear a woman down, and she has done so well for herself and things of that. I mean, I can care less about grown folks. Grown folks can handle themselves, but I ain't trying to do all that. I'm not off with all the drama, but it just doesn't make sense. So I thought to myself, I was like, man, she got a lot to lose. Like, you can't even get me in a full argument, period. Because argument may start to fight, yelling, calling the police, and next thing I know, somebody done went crazy and did something, went got some hot water, throw it on me, tearing my car up. I'm gone. I'm out. Not that I'm scary, because if you take me there, you're gonna get it all. And if I'm gonna risk something, we're gonna hear one story, my story. We're not gonna hear your story. So if you bring it, you better be ready to pack it with you, because that's what I'm on. I didn't work this hard so that I can, have a good paying job, that I can take care of my kids, for somebody to come in my life. That's why when I start dating somebody and they want to start arguing and fighting or something, I'm out. I just tell them, I say, hey, I just got a call. The baby's sick. They be in the middle of an argument or laying down sleep. I just tell them, and I did this. Trust me, I did this. And they done argued all day long. I just look at them and I be like, they be like, you I don't know what you went through in your past relationship, SP, but I ain't that type of ninja. And you think, you need this and you need that. And I'm just sitting there looking at them or whatever. And then they go to sleep because they halfway drunk or whatever. And I tell, I text my girlfriend and I tell her, I say, just call me. And, now. And I put a little do in there so she know to call me. And she calls me. And I say, huh? I be like this. Hello? What? All right. Okay. I'm on my way. And then they be like, what's wrong, baby? I got to go. My baby's sick. They be like, you lying. I said, what? I'm picking up my purse, leaving whatever else is at the house. I'm not even putting on clothes. I'm like wrapping the sheet around me, grabbing my purse. I'm done. I'm out. I gotta go, y'all. Because I'm not finna argue with you. And then once I hit the door, I say, thank you, Lord. I'll be looking in when we have an argument. How can I? Because I'm done. That's why I'm telling you guys, I'm not finna argue with my significant other. I'm not, we're just not going to do it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You're going to respect what I'm going to say. I'm going to respect what you're saying. You're a grown person. You're your own person. I'm my own person. I'm not going to do anything to disrespect you. Don't do anything to disrespect me, because it's really easy just to walk away. It's hard to stay in something and do the right thing. So I'm looking at this woman and it tears me up because, like I said, she's an MA. She's a medical assistant. That's almost a doctor. That's like a bachelor's degree. And she was already, and that was in 2014 and 15. She could easily have her master's degree by now and is a doctor. And you know how nosy I am. You guys put in the chat how nosy I am. I'm very nosy. Put in the chat if you know how nosy I am. You just can't tell me anything. You know I'm going to get on that phone. You know I'm going to make that call. I'm going to make the call to your job. I'm going to find out if you're working there. I'm going to find out where you're working. I'm going to find out what's your title. I'm going to find out, have you been working in the last 60, 90 days? I'm going to find out whatever I need to find out. Matter of fact, don't make me call and ask for you by name. I'm very nosy. And when something don't add up, I'm like, this woman is a doctor. Why would you lie? I know for a fact you're lying. Well, SP, maybe she isn't lying. Maybe, how can it happen? You guys tell me. Make it make sense to me. How in the world you're going to say that when they arrived, the sun set at 5:18 on January the 9th, 2024. How can you tell me that when they arrived at her house at 7:22, it was daylight? You tell me that, and I'll start understanding some stuff, because I don't understand it. She said, oh, ESK man said, yes, you're nosy, yes, but in a good way. I am very nosy. Yeah, I am nosy. They should have called me Nosy Rosie SP. But that's what she is. And she loves kids. She loves kids. She loves kids. She loves them. She loves them. She loves them. So I'm like, what was the? And I said, well, okay, maybe I'm going to the extreme. Maybe I'm going to, but she called him the next day on the 10th. She said they called him on the 10th because the money wasn't right and they still owe $70 and they had to get his cash app. You're lying. And I think she could be lying to protect her mom. She could be lying to protect her mom, because think about this. I don't believe. See, the lie started here, you guys. I believe, and this is just my narrative. This is not, I'm just trying to put it together. She said, why go to the bank if you needed this cash app? Exactly, Karen. Why would they went to the ATM if they needed the cash? What, you went to the ATM and didn't get no money, but the very next day you got money? That what they're saying I'm telling you, that's where the rubber meets the road at. That's where the lies start coming in at, you guys. I'm just telling you the truth. And could NaZiyah been sick there? And okay, so the second thing is, Well, King is not supposed to leave the town without telling his probation officer. So when King went to, they picked King up, and we do not know why they picked King up. They wanted to question him because remember, Jarvis called King up and said, hey, man, hey, the whole reason why he called was to tell him, man, get into that car, my old lady's car, my wife's car. He called his fiance, his wife. He said, get in my wife's car or whatever. And look in the back seat, in the back of the back seat, and get that phone. Had not Jarvis tell him that, the police wouldn't even be looking. They wouldn't even pick him up. If Jarvis wouldn't have never made no calls to King, it would be good. It's stupid because what Jarvis should have did is turn his phone completely off. Turn his phone completely off or go hide the phone or give it to somebody. But he carrying the phone around like that's what I said. People will talk. He called his partner and was like, yeah, get my phone, man. And then King was like, I get his phone because I don't want his baby mama to know about these other women. You got 20 other women, man, please. You think that woman don't know about these other women? See, that's one thing that all these women sit back and say. They know about these other women. They just don't know the extent. They know about this other woman. There's other women. He got 13. Okay, first of all, he got 13 kids. Lord. Okay. Let me tell you guys something. She said King left that phone on purpose. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If he did, why did he got his fingerprints all in the car? He looked. I don't think King can find himself out of a wet paper bag. That's why when he said that, he done Google how to put a water pump on a Jag. I said, boy, if only cows had wings, they could fly. If a man came to you right now, I want you guys to just tell the honest truth. A man came to you and told you he got 13 kids, 8 baby mamas. Would you date him? He got 13 kids, 8 baby mamas. Some of the kids is the same age as the other kids over there. 2 or 3 of the kids is the same age. 3 different mamas. Oh, he got 1 baby mama. He got 5 kids from. And you know what? She toxic. She toxic. I'm gonna tell you something. If a dude told me he got 1 kid, we got problems. I used to no. That was a rule that we're not going to do. If you got more than 1, we're done. 1 and done. And people would say, SP, you're wrong because you got 2 kids. I said, yes, I do. I made a mistake. And then, hey, if you only knew my story, you would know why I made the first one. The second one just happened. And it didn't just happen the way you might think. It happened the way nobody wants to think. But it is what it is. She said, I'm running the opposite way. Exactly. You would not sit there. Any man tell you he got 13 kids. Why in the world would you sit there and give him conversation? Boy, I wish I would. I'm not going to play around with none of your baby mamas. And then you're going to be wanting the kids to come over and you know, my ex-husband, he had 2 or 3 kids, but he only seen 1. Now, I had a relationship with that one. Matter of fact, the one ran away trying to run over here because I treated him just like he was my own. I love that boy. And it hurt me. It hurt me because the mama was mad because he ran away from home trying to run over here. Too young to even read, but he wanted to come and stay with his other mama, he said. He said, I love her. And she said it was getting too risky because you guys can give him things that we can't. And, so she quit letting us see him. It hurt me, and I said, I'm done. I'm done. And that boy is now grown. He's 30-something years old. He's about the same age as my daughter. And they went to school together. And he was like, and I ain't seen him since. I said, it's up to you. I'm just trying to give your kid the same thing my kids got. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. If my kids get a new motorcycle, your kid get a new motorcycle. Period. He ain't gonna come over here riding their motorcycle. They all riding motorcycles. When those little ninja bikes came out, we was the first ones to get them. Matter of fact, I went out of state and got 3 of them. Everybody got one. When the car beds came out? Oh yeah, we got 3 of them. Everybody gets one. Everybody get, those little fuzzy, whatever they call the fuzzy furry things. Everybody get one. Had everything. And then when my money went dry, whatever. And the boy called me and he said, it's time for school. And he needs school supplies and he needs school clothes. I had already had my kids' stuff already. I'm thinking his mama can get his school clothes. He says, no, I got none. I called my mama up and I said, Mama, my stepson don't have no clothes for school. Could you help me out? I'm begging my mama for a child that's not even mine so he can have the same thing my kids have. And my mother said, baby, that's not none of your concern. I said, Mama, I can't let him go without. My mother went in the hospital that evening. And she was in her room at the hospital. She calls me and she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to do a little hustle to get this money together so I can get him some school clothes. My mother knew how important it was. You can tell me no, but I got to get it. Shoot, I'm applying for another job on the side so I can get this boy some school clothes. And she said, come up to the hospital. And I had him with me. I had him for the summer for like 2-3 weeks straight. I don't want to send him home with nothing. The mama already told me he needed school clothes. I know he needs school clothes. I'm looking at his pants, and I mean, they're flooding. That's when it wasn't in style. It's in style now, y'all. You can flood all day. Ain't nobody gonna smile or laugh. That's just the style. You ain't even got to comb your hair. That's the style. Everything we didn't want, that's what people are looking like now. They just rub their head. Put some stuff in their head, rub their head, and then they walk out the door. It's all beaded up and stuff all on it and everything. And they said that, and the girls say, oh, he's cute. We tell that boy, get back in this house and brush and comb your hair. You don't sit there and rub your head until it all knot up and walk out the door. Shoot. Anyway, my mother gave me that money for him clothes. I think she ended up giving me $300. Said, go get the boy some clothes. And I did. But anyway, nevertheless, you guys, what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to figure out why Talisha will tell this lie, because she has a lot to lose. So I'm thinking when they picked up King on February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, they picked him up on a violation. This is my understanding. They picked him up for a violation. I don't believe she was lying in a big way. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe she was lying in a big way. Why I say that? Because King's probation officer called him and told him to come in, need to talk to you or something. And King probably said, oh, snap, here we go. I don't know. I know that they're probably going to say, yesterday, your tether went off in Ypsilanti. Why? Why? Why did the bell ring? And you know you're not supposed to go out of town. You know you're supposed to stay in Wayne County. Why did your tether go off? So come on in and you know, and King called her and said, hey, looky here. I was up in Ypsilanti the other day, blah, 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 blah. If my probation officer calls you, confirm the reason why I was in Ypsilanti is to drop off a red Jaguar car that I've been working on. You guys' car. Okay? She said okay, because that's not a big deal. You guys understand what I'm saying? So he gets down there to his probation officer, and they ask him the question. You came in late. Your tether went off in Ypsilanti. Why is that? What is the number one reason why you can be someplace or you even have a tether? So that you can work. You got child support. You got court costs. So you can work. And you know what he said? I was working. We had this car that we was working on. We got it done and we had to go deliver it in Ypsilanti. Here's the people's name and number. So what did the probation officer do? He called and he talked to Talasha. And Talasha said, yeah, they delivered a car around about, she had the time off. She said, yeah, they was working on a car to put the water pump on. Said the wrong thing, you guys. I told you, there's no way you can get a water pump in a day on the for a Jag. I don't care what hour zone you go to. It just ain't going to happen. Then he said he even put the water pump on in 2.5 hours. But he can't find a phone that's in the back seat. But he done put a water pump on. He got the key to the gate and didn't even know it. He acts like he's so intelligent. Missing all the clues. When they ask him a question, oh, we didn't say nothing because I got music. I got beats in my car. Oh, I'm late every day because I go and work out. Oh, we come back to the shop so we can divvy up the money. The last time I seen her, she was there with Jarvis. But you're not going into the details. You're not going into the details. Was she alive with Jarvis? Or was she in the back seat fighting for her life? Did y'all give her? You didn't leave her in the car because Talasha said she was sitting by the red thing that was holding the TV. You can give us the detail of what was holding the TV, but you can't give us no details about this girl. But now that you done told his probation officer that they was at the house because you thought it was a parole violation, you got to stick to what you said because you told an officer this bald-faced lie. They didn't say nothing driving back because she was in there coming back. Tina says, I think she was in the backseat fighting for her life. Tina, I think so too. I think so too, because you got to remember, they had the cadaver dog smell King's car. They didn't get a hit. And I think when they made it back, King probably dropped Jarvis off at his baby mama house because he got 13. Well, he got 8 of them. She know all 8 women. She said 8. Well, shoot. Shannon got 5. That tells us you only know 3 more. And that's going to be the oldest, some other child, and the one, and because remember, his fiance ain't got no kids by him. She got kids, but she ain't got no kids by him. Think about it, you guys. That's why she probably told that lie. And I'm only thinking about it because sometimes I cannot move on until it's settled in my belly. Like, this woman has a lot to lose to tell a lie. So I believe that she told this lie thinking it's not no big lie. She, it's not no big lie. They wasn't even talking about kids. They was just only talking about, was he there in the town? And while he was there, was he working? Did he work on your car? And she said yes. And it was like, okay. And he was like, see, I told you. She had a car. He knew when he was going to go see the probation officer, tell them that I worked on your car, da-da-da-da-da. It was a red Jag, and I had to bring you your car. And she thinking, it ain't no big lie. Because there's no way in the world that this woman, being the caliber woman that she is, she came from nothing into a doctor. Inserted yourself into a murder case because you told you remember Sanja said once you tell one lie you got to tell another. So she told the lie to the probation officer, so that's what they got. I'm gonna share something with y'all. Tell me something, you guys. What you guys think about it? Why would she lie? I'm telling you guys, she is a upstanding citizen, maybe with a master's degree already. I'm pretty sure she probably do got it. I mean, 10 years, you better have it by now. You know. Her mother used to be on drugs. I hate to even put that out there, but she was. You know. And that's the reason why she does what she do. Let me read something to you guys. Let me see if I got it here. I know I got it. Yeah. Some things I just didn't keep. I thought I She, see, if I knew how old that boy was, I would show you him and King. Y'all would say, shut the front door. But she's not a really, really, hold on, you know. Yeah, she's a freaking doctor. My God. She's a doctor. I'm sending these pictures so you guys, and I'm gonna show you a real pretty picture. I think this is the best picture she ever even took too. Pretty woman. I mean, let me see. Let me go grab this picture. Yep. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I know for a fact I have the right person. I know I do. Let's see. I know I do. Is that her? Yeah, Jay. The answer will surface at the trial. I believe that's what got her in this, because I've been thinking about this before, because okay, here's the thing. They live in a mobile home. She doesn't have this lovely, nice, like somebody told me she lived in an apartment. And that's not true. They don't live in an apartment. They live in a mobile home. They've been living in a mobile home. They might even own their mobile home. They've been living in that mobile home for 20, 30 years. Crazy. So she's risking everything for what? A jail cell for King? No, I don't think she knew what was the situation. So I think when she told the story, she was helping him. It's a little lie. I think she was helping him, thinking it was a little lie, like, he was working, he got caught off, he was a little late getting back. His probation officer is asking him, yeah, I'll go ahead and tell him. I'll go ahead and, because surely she did not know nothing about this baby being missing and all this other stuff. That stuff came out later. I think because there's no way in the world this woman should have been on that stand telling that fabulous lie. But she is. Lady T says, I like your theory, SP. I don't think they took no Jag back to King's son's grandma's house, and now King's son aunt might be going to jail for perjury. She might be going. I'm gonna tell you guys something. There's a lot of stuff that and I know that they're trying to make a case, and they don't want us asking these questions, but wouldn't you want everybody that has something to do with it? And sometimes it don't work out the way we want it to work out. But wouldn't you want it gets some time? I don't care if it's 30 days, but don't come in here lying about this child got us scatterbrained, and we're looking at Timbuktu and 7 Mile Bird, and people be like, but SP, all the things that they found was at 7 Mile and Berg. Of course, because that's where Jarvis put them. He had them in the car. They were in her backpack. And I think the only reason why her glasses would be in the back seat, she was in the back seat. And why was she not in the front seat? That means King had to be in the front seat of the blue car or at home. But why would she get in the back seat? Why? Because somebody was sitting in the front. That's the only reason why the young lady would get, because she with her man. She with the love of her life. She loved Jarvis. There's no reason in the world. I don't care. You can't even tell a grown woman. Okay, the only reason why a grown woman gonna sit in the back seat if it's your mama. If it's your mama. This is a young girl that don't really know no better. So these grown men got her in the back seat. I just, they went and picked up the car, and Jarvis's baby mama, no. She probably didn't see him, but they got the battery pack in the back just in case the car don't want to start and all this other stuff. Jarvis did not care who he entangled in this web. He didn't care. And I'm telling you, I don't believe Talasha was lying but once she told that lie, she couldn't come back and say, oh, I just lied. He really wasn't at my house. So when they found out that this girl was with them, and then they started asking them questions, they came to Talasha's house like around the 26th. Now, let me tell you, King went to jail on the 13th. They did not come to this woman's house until like the 26th. I can't even make this stuff up. And this is things that I ponder on. I ponder on stuff like this because how do you move to the next step when it doesn't make sense how you got there in the first place? You got to have a foundation. And that's what people just run. Oh, they say this about this. They say this about that. And I'm just saying, okay, we're going to make a cake. Here's ideal thing. Let's make a cake. Oh, don't worry about what to put on it. We're just going to make sure that we're going to have white icing, and we're going to put some eggs in it. Nothing else. No. But you got to know what else to make this cake. You just can't have icing and eggs. You got to know what makes this impossible. And I'm going to tell you something else too. The prosecutors asked Tawana, did anybody else come to the shop? And Tawana said yes. A car pulled in. I didn't pay it no attention. And I thought, well, maybe could that person could have took the child, the baby, or whatever. Possibility. They could have set up a date. Because I really do believe that they were doing some sex trafficking. And people be like, oh, I don't want to believe that they both ran a train on this girl. Well, they in Ypsilanti, they could have gave her something to drink. And she was getting a little sick or whatever. But I think she was sick. Let me see something. Because it would have been even better had he said, because let me see something. If a water pump is leaking water, hold on. A leaky water pump indicates a problem that should be addressed promptly to prevent engine overheating and potential damage. The leak can occur from worn gaskets or seals. Oh my God. Or a cracked pump housing, leading to coolant loss and air entering the system. If the leak is small and you're confident you can safely top off the coolant, you might be able to drive to a mechanic for inspection and repair. However, driving with a leaking water pump is generally not recommended due to the risk of overheating. A leaky water pump often manifests as coolant dripping from the front of the engine towards the center. You might also notice a low coolant level stream under the hood or an overheating engine. The most cause of a leaking water pump is wear and tear on the gaskets or seals that keep the coolant inside the pump housing. Cracks in the pump housing itself. It can also cause leaks. A leaky water pump can lead to several problems: engine overheating, coolant systems, air pockets, potential for engine damage. Yeah. A leaky water pump. She said something was leaking and he put on a water pump instead of seals and gaskets. It could be a hose. I don't think NaZiyah made it back to the shop from Ypsilanti. Jay says Jarvis didn't care who he had in the pickle jar, long as he got rid of NaZiyah and the problem, the baby. Well, I got these little chips, you guys. Sometimes I gotta, I don't know, they're not that great. Okay. So, Talisha, when do you guys want me to drop a big nugget? I'm getting ready to drop it. I'm going to try to make this last phone call and see if I can get through there. I'm going to have to wait till Papa get home, use his phone, because they done blocked me. When do you guys want me to drop this nugget? Tomorrow? Sunday? I can get it together. It's going to take me a while to get it together. And I'm off. So I think she said jail tea. What is that, Lisa Taylor? Phyllis says they could have had her last way with her, or that lady could have told them something to give her? And why were there all those marks in her jacket? No, I don't think they had anything to do with killing her. She said, drop it Sunday. Karen said, why not now? Why not now? I want to make one more phone call. I want to make one more phone call. And they done blocked me, so I got to call them from my husband's phone. It's a big nugget, too. I think that's the last one I'm going to share with you guys. Because once I drop this nugget, it's probably going to have you all mixed up. But sometimes you say whatever you can say to get people to talk, you know? But I got it, I got some of the stuff recorded. I didn't record the first half because I didn't know what they was gonna say. But I'll tell you what they said. You can believe it or not believe it, you know, hey, that's up to you. But then I said, I better start recording this. And then I guess they was like, oh, I called him a liar. I'm still looking for that baby. I bet you people, Tina, I just said I want to make a phone call. Why would I drop it? Not today. Saturday or Sunday. Come on, y'all. Oh, Lord. She said, make the phone call first. Yeah. Why would you stop dropping your on-time nugget? See, I dropped a nugget today and you guys didn't even understand it. We were sitting there getting ready to go in on this woman, and I'm telling you, I felt some kind of way about it because I don't understand why she lied, because ain't no way in the world I would have lied not having a master's degree. And people's like, well, master's degree ain't nothing, SB. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a long time to go to school and finish. And you a doctor? Oh, yeah, I know they lie too. I know they lie. But why? Why would you jeopardize everything and you ain't even got nothing to do with the equation? Like, just tell us the freaking truth. Was they at your house or not? And if they wasn't, just say, well, they called me and told me to say that. And I didn't think it was going to be this far or something. And no, the child wasn't there at our house. Because you got us thinking that you're trying to help King, and you got us thinking that the child was at your house, sitting there watching y'all have full conversation. She not saying nothing. And then that's why people can't figure out where the baby is, because you done put in the equation that she was sitting at your house next to a console that was red, holding a TV. And you guys, you want to know something? Let me tell you something. She didn't lie about that. Let me share that with you. See what I'm saying? She didn't lie about that. Because I got the picture to prove it. Oh, yeah. When I dig, I dig. Let me Oh, let me cut it because it shows the kids. Dang it. Dang. Oh, snap. Yeah, I want to cut kids' picture out. Photos. Y'all gonna say, shut the front door, SP. Do what you need to do. All right. SP, do you know anything about the mother? I heard something that made me wonder about her. What was it? What was it? What mother? So you guys want to see the thing that was holding the freaking TV? That's why I told you they live in a mobile home. You can look on the back and you can see the little bars that come up from the mobile home, and you know that that's a mobile home. Let me share it with you. Oh, snap. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Image share video image. Here's the thing that's holding the red thing. King once has CSC charges. Do you guys see it? I had to cut the kids' picture out because they're young. But that's the red thing that holds the TV. And wherever that kid is sitting, that's where they're saying that NaZiyah was sitting, next to the TV at this mobile home. I wouldn't lie to you. Got no reason. Oh, I do research now. I've been looking for this red jag. Ain't seen no red jag. Ain't seen no red jigget. Ain't seen no red nothing. For years. That don't mean that there wasn't one, but I just beg to differ. Maybe she was saying what King said to say, and maybe there's more to her and King's involvement than we know. I don't know. That's her sister's man. I don't think they're like them, the Doublemint twins over there, Shannon and Marquita. I don't think they like the Doublemint twins. They something else. They don't even look alike. They're twins, but they're not identical twins. Because one bigger than they don't even look alike. But, okay. Okay. So, anywho, you guys, sometimes it's just good so you guys can see. Like I said, you know, I look and I look and I look and I look. I ain't seen no red Jag. I done seen all kind of cars. I done seen all the kids. I done seen the grandma. I done seen the grandpa. I done seen all of this. And, you know, fraternal twins. All right, Soldier Girl. Is Jarvis there at the time? Jarvis where? Where Jarvis supposed to be at? Hey, Jay. And you know, Jarvis has a street name, which is J Dub, right? Did anybody ever already hear that? I know you guys have. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that's his street name. We all heard that. If you haven't heard it, now you heard it. His street name is J Dub. But King has a street name. Thank you guys, Tina, Nancy, Lady T, Soldier Girl, Karen Martin. King has a street name, and his street name is C-Dub. I'm wondering what's the correlation with everybody. What's with the dub? Is it a group? Is it a gang? Is it affiliation type of, what is the chances that your name is J-Dub and his name is C-Dub? Mm-hmm. See, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody wants to look at King. Because we all thought when you really pay attention to his story, it sounds normal. It sounds like it's possible. It even sounds like it can be true. Because we want to believe that the child was alive. And since Jarvis is already a known pedophile, we just want to believe he did something. Soldier Girl said, Dollar Bill Club. J-Dub, Dub. I don't know what dub means. Let me see. Let me see if they got a slang for it. What is the name of a person with dub on the end of a nickname? The name of a person with dub as part of their nickname is typically shortened from a longer name like Dub Lines for people from Dublin, or it can be a shortened version of a person actually named. The nickname Dubs is also used short context, partially for the Dublin Gaelic football and hurdle team. Okay. Ireland, shortened for Dub Line. The word dub can also function as a verb meaning to give someone a nickname, so someone might be dubbed with the nickname, and the nickname itself might end in dub. Widely used to sports. Historically, the word dub originally meant to make someone a knight in a formal ceremony. Short for W in that picture, SP. What's in the picture, Phyllis? Google the street name Dub. Jarvis is known as JB. Yeah, I heard JB, but I heard Dub too, J-Dub. I think Roxy is the one that said she went over there to the Trail Motel and he was known as J-Dub. No new friends. 25. Oh, okay. I think King helped them hide that baby, their body. Oh, okay. Yeah. Google the statement Dub. I did. Talk. Maybe prison talk. Money slang. Right. Dub means money. Soldier Girl said dub means many. King is 1-2 charges were dismissed. I wonder his story was too perfect. Yeah, Dub. Usually Dub does mean money, not job. Dub. Diamond. Did you hear that video of a little girl at school said Zaya's biological mom, she see her with Zanaya the day before she went missing? I believe she with her mom. Well, no, I don't know. Let me tell you something, you guys. And this was presented to me today. So don't take none of this credit. I cannot take none of this credit. But for that little girl, and I hate to say this, and some of y'all going to get mad, and I may not ever see you again. And that's fine. But sometimes we got to look at things in a logic way. Now, here's the thing. Like, this little girl, NaZiyah, been missing for a year and some now, almost a year and a half. For her to be missing that long, whatever done happened, is done happen. And what I'm saying is, like, if she was scared that they was going to take the baby, this story is so nationwide known, ain't nobody finna take the baby. Matter of fact, this girl, if she came out and showed her face or showed up at the hospital, like I tell some people to do, like let her just go or let her, tell them this or tell them that or whatever. And what I'm trying to say is, if she shows up on social media at her mama's house or at such house, okay, ain't nothing going to happen to the little girl. She'll be taken care of. Money will flow in. She will be that baby will be taken care of. She will be taken care of. So there's no reason for her not to show up now. None. You guys understand? Think about it. She show up. She ain't got to answer no questions to nobody. She show up with a baby, that's fine. She ain't gotta say nothing to nobody. Where you been? What done happened? Woo. She ain't gotta say nothing. Yeah, I got a baby. Yeah, they will check the baby out, make sure the baby's okay and all this other stuff. But her and that baby will be taken care of. Trust and believe. So, with me telling you guys that, and she has not showed up, and we're in a year and a half, you can already know. Sometimes, you don't want to believe what the police is saying. And trust me, they don't have like concrete evidence that she is gone. I don't see no concrete evidence. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she could have got sick, and that's how blood got on some of the things or whatever she threw up, or she could have had a nosebleed, or they could have cut her somewhere, whatever. But some shoes that she didn't have on the last time we seen her, a jacket that we didn't see her in. We seen her in a white puffy jacket. When she was on the bus, she had a white puffy jacket. We ain't seen nothing about no pink onesie. But it's all scattered out of 7 Mile and Bird. And that's where Jarvis's phone pinged at. Okay. That doesn't mean she's in the river. What that means is somebody threw that stuff out there. Now, did they throw the stuff out there because they got rid of her? Or did they throw the stuff out there because somebody else got rid of her? But we know Jarvis is definitely a part of the equation. Ain't nobody gonna come in here talking about Jarvis ain't did nothing. That ain't gonna happen. Jarvis is a part of this, a big part of it. Like, you did something, or whether you harmed her or you safely stashing her somewhere, You have no right. This is somebody's child. How can you save her from yourself? You're the one that shouldn't have been getting her pregnant. You're the one shouldn't have been laying with this child. You're the one shouldn't even sending her text messages, going over to the house, telling her to suck this and suck that. It's you. So you can't save her from the world when you are the monster. And she don't know no better. She just want to feel love. Why? Because the family wasn't showing her love. Or she felt like the family wasn't showing her love. I believe that this family is really, really horrible, you guys. And you know, I'm going to tell you guys something. I did my research. And you guys are going to be amazed on who I found and talked to. Because I talked to him. Mm-hmm. Sure did. Mm-hmm. Sure did. For a couple of days. I didn't record it, but at the end, I started recording it. Why? I started recording because I thought I was going to get more, but then we got into it. But that's going to see, and here's the thing, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Somebody put a 1 in the chat because my chat's not moving, and I don't know if it's stuck or what. That's why I tell y'all sometimes y'all have to put 1 in the chat or say something in the chat or do something in the chat because my chat will stop and I'll be stuck. Maybe it's stuck. Ain't nobody put a 1 in the chat? Oh, wow. This phone is dead. Let me go on this phone. Something must be going on. See, sometimes that's why I just, Lord. Yep, my chat done stopped. She say, see, my chat must have stopped because I don't see nothing. Hold on. Wow, that's crazy. Leisure Lady, you done missed it. You done missed it. And now I was saying 1. See, I didn't even see these. Wow. My chat just stopped. Right on. Okay, let me see. Let me see what you guys been saying because NaZiyah, okay, because I had missed all of that. I knew my chat had to stop because I didn't see nothing. Jabo. Oh, okay, Diamond. Jabo. Now I remember. I remember hearing Jabo. J-Dub, Jabo. Okay. Dove mean 3. It's Dub, D-U-B. Cortina is Dub. NaZiyah was hanging out with Jarvis and riding around like she was not missing, not ran away. Annette knew where she was. She wasn't scared to be with Jarvis. She wasn't scared. No. King done something too. I just pray she isn't dead. Dove means 20. Dub. D-U-B. Y'all talking about a dove. D-O-V-E. No, dub. Dub. D-U-B. D-U-B-B. Right on blue with white Nikes. Right. His phone pinged where those shoes were found. Right. He knew if that baby was born, it would look just like him. Yeah. The police has a phone number. They called recently and said the phone, whoever has it, is turning that phone on and off. They're violating an investigation, talking to biological mom. Why do you, who said that? No new friends? Why do you say that? How do you know that the police has a phone number they call How do you know? How do you know that? How do you know that? See, because if the police did, they wouldn't tell us. Because you know why they wouldn't tell us? Because it's an ongoing investigation. They wouldn't tell us. We got a phone number, and we're calling that phone, and they're turning it on and off. And let's make sure the people in YouTube know, so that you know what I'm saying. No, come on, y'all, come on. Hey. Oh, okay, leisure lady. Hey, Colette, how you doing? Okay, mushy. Dub means 20. Yeah, I think so. Michelle, I think so. I seen the video from content creator. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have to delete the comment because, yeah. Listen, school had just opened up for winter vacation on the 8th. They had 3 weeks to get her aboard. She was too far. Well, you know, let me tell you guys something. And I don't know if you guys know this or not. But, you know, if you get like, how much is one of those after pills? What, the day after pill, you know? If you get like 2-3 of those after pills or something, you know, it's a cocktail for disaster. I trust and believe you're going to tear up some stuff in there, right? Because it takes what the baby needs. 45-50 bucks. I think that's what they probably tried to do. And I think she got sick. That's why the dogs are not smelling no decomposed, because, you know, she was sick. She wasn't dead. And by the time they made it home, she wasn't breathing. But if you take 2 or 3 of those, I guarantee you it's going to tear up some stuff in your body, tear you up too. That's why they tell you to don't do it. They don't even, man. But, I mean, you know, if your back is up against the wall, you try not to kill nobody, but dang, you sitting there going, you're going to be in prison for the rest of your life. Wouldn't you give somebody 2 or 3 of them pills or put it in their drink? Let them drink it. Okay, drink this, baby. I want you to feel this, and we're going to do this and do that. We're going to get a room and all. Shh. We are one Frankie Beverly. Annette knew, cuz who keep buying her bigger clothes? All of her clothes were trying to hide it. You know what, JT? If everybody, when you get pregnant, know we all are different, how we carry a child or carry a baby, okay? When I first got pregnant, I was proud of being pregnant. I was happy about being pregnant, and I couldn't wait for somebody to see the baby bump. I mean, yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, like I said, you know, we tried for my child. First one, not the second one. But anyway, nevertheless, every pregnancy is different, every last one of them. But I don't believe that this child wanted it to be seen. And so I don't believe she was eating. If she was pregnant, and I say if she was pregnant because only thing that's telling us that she was pregnant is she kept telling him she thinks she was pregnant. Because remember, she says, oh no. He said, well, why do you need that? And he said, you just went to the doctor when you went to the hospital and you said you wasn't pregnant. And she says, I know, and I wasn't. And then she's like, well, you didn't have a problem buying after pill. Just get me another pregnancy test. You can get pregnancy tests from the Dollar Tree store and the Dollar General store, $2-3 or something. She said, matter of fact, just leave it in the bathroom. That's kind of scary to me for you to come over, go to the bathroom, and leave a pregnancy test in the bathroom. Unless Shannon wanted him to buy her a pregnancy test. I mean, you got people playing with this child, and it's crazy. They playing with this child's mind. And if it was her that sent that text, and he did get her the pregnancy test, and she said, well, yes, I am pregnant. Woo-de-woo-de-woo. Then now she said, she did say something about, I don't want your problem. And I can't believe a young lady, 12, would talk like that. I don't want your problem. That's a grown person saying, I don't want your problem. Calling, if she was pregnant, not a baby, but a problem. It's crazy. I don't think they ever gonna find her. I don't think they're ever gonna find her, you guys. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think they're ever gonna find her. Do I think that was her first pregnancy by him? I think we'll never know because they do use the after the day after pill, the blue pill that's the day after or whatever. But I think when they went to Ypsilanti, I think that's where the last place she was alive at. And I've always said that from day one. I told you guys, she's nowhere near in Detroit. No. Leisure said, I had no idea NaZiyah was caught in the truck behind the school with JB. That seemed to be Shannon's contractive. Leisure lady, what you talking about? You know what, you guys? I'm going to get off of here. When do you guys want to share? When do you guys want me to share this? We share tomorrow. You want me to? You guys, let's share it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to contraceptive. That seemed to be contraceptive. What do you mean? That seemed to be Shannon's contraceptive. I had no idea NaZiyah was cutting the check. 5 babies. I don't know, Leisure. So there was a lady that came in here and she got us all hyped and everything. And she was like, I'm such and such, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I don't, somebody told me that, she was talking about me, which I really didn't give a dang. But anyway, we both, like I told her then, and nothing has changed. And I don't believe she was talking about me. I don't know why they thought she was talking about me. Nevertheless, I don't believe she was talking about me because me and her both agreed that we believe that NaZiyah is in Ypsilanti. That was her last place of being alive. Like, really, for sure. Like, I really do believe that because think about her like this. She's probably in the landfill, probably in the trash or something, or whatever. I wondered, did the police go over to Sheila's house and see if somebody recently died at that house? Or did they ask them, well, show us the red Jag? Or did they go to the AutoZone and say, okay, pull up your invoices for the month of January and show us where you sold? They actually, to be honest with you, here's the one thing about AutoZones, you guys. I don't care what AutoZone you go to, they're going to have an invoice of all of the AutoZones and what was sold because they all connected. They all connected. It's not like McDonald's. They're all connected. If you can't find a part at this one, you can go to the other one, or they'll call over there, or they know what they got in inventory. So the police can find out if a water pump for a Jag was sold. They can find out. They can. You guys, I think I'm going to drop this nugget tomorrow. I don't think I want to hold it any longer. And we'll wait till late, around about 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. If you guys make sure you be in the house, It's going to be a mind-blowing nugget. It's pay dirt. It's definitely going to open up a big bag of stuff for all the other content creators. And hey, they can use it. It's going to be true. It's going to be fact. Yeah, I'm gonna open it up tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. I've been holding on to it for a while now, maybe a month, because I thought we was gonna be able to get more information, but like I said, I'm tired of holding on to it, and hey, the other content creators can grab hold to it and start getting more content, because it is true. Yeah, but that's why I've been holding on to it, you guys. I just I wanted to try to get as much as I could, and the funny thing about it is, I'm gonna be honest with you, if I had the time that I used to have when we used to do these searches and stuff, because we used to have the time. But the job I got now, and I done went down to one job from 3 jobs to 1 job. And I just don't have the energy. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I just don't have the energy to. But our search is like crazy. Our search is like so defined. We really dig. We do. We don't be all into the, like, getting off into the little stuff that it does matter. It really does. That's why I tell you guys, I don't say nothing negative about nobody's channel. They do what they want to do, and shoot, I applaud every last one of them. I'm talking about the people that only got 3 members. Do what you do, because at least you're doing something. But I don't know what it is with this case here, but and it's probably because it's way in Detroit, and every time, we grab a hold of somebody on the case, I tell you guys all the time, we talking to people close up, front and center. You guys don't believe me, but if you only knew, you would say, shut the front door, SP. You was in there. And we was. Because you know what? I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm like, what's the story in the Bible when the two brothers and the angels came when he went to sleep? And the angel came and was wrestling with him. And he says, I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. Somebody tell me that story in the Bible. He was on the rock of Peniel when that was said. Come on, Leisure. Leisure said, Jacob, I'm not gonna let you go until you bless me. I love that story. This is why I vested here. I don't believe she made it back from Detroit. No, I don't think she made it back to Detroit. Yeah, I don't think she made it back to Detroit. But she had to. But she had to, because think about it. Well, no, she didn't have to. But her glasses was in that blue car. The glasses was in the blue car. Could have been her backpack. I won't let you go until you bless me, Lord. Come on, we got people in here that know God. You know godly people when you know the words. That's what I tell my son all the time. You better read up on some things. My son was in jail for some petty stuff. And I told he was trying to read the Bible and everything. He was trying to tell me about the story, and some older man was telling him such stuff. I said, boy, you only got 30 days to do. My son wanted me to pay that $30,000. I mean, what was it? $3,000, $4,000? I think it was $4,000. I told my son, I know you lying. Boy, you better do that 30 days. You gonna get out, and I bet you won't do that. You know what? I went and got him an attorney. I did. I got him an attorney. And the attorney, I had the money in my pocket. Papa gave it to me too. Because I don't never ask Papa for stuff. But he knew my son was in a bad situation. And shoot, Papa was like, we're going to sell his car from when he was a kid. Because we didn't have the money. It was his first car that he put together when he was like 18. Papa put it on Facebook Market. Man came in from a whole different town with a trailer to take it. He sold that car for like $18,000, $19,000, whatever. Papa said, here, mama. He said, he give me like $5,000 of it. And he's like, now I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. You can do what you want to with it because I gave it to you. But here's the thing. I wouldn't go get that boy. And I said, don't be telling me that. That's my son. He said, Papa said, I know that's your son. I know that's what you're going to do. But I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But you shouldn't do it. But it's up to you. But that boy need to be taught a lesson. And I was like, I'm all in my feelings and everything. I'm like, you just saying that because that ain't your son. And, you don't feel the same way because that's not your son. You know what I'm saying? But then I got to thinking, I married this man. And he's a man. And I love my son, and I'm a woman. Now, I done raised my son, but I love my son. I love all my kids, but I love my son, y'all. I'm going to tell you, them boys love their mamas, I love my son. I love my daughters, too. Different kind of love. When I say different, my daughters, I have to handle with care. They're very fragile. Their feelings get hurt. things of that nature. My son, go out there and cut that grass. Go put some gas in that car or something. Go climb the tree. Get that over there. Go take the trash out. Things I don't want to do. My daughter, no, okay. So I love my son. And so I called the attorney and I told the attorney, get my son up out of there. He was like, ma'am, hold on now, hold on. I said, you need to get my son up out of there now. Matter of fact, I'm coming down there. I didn't tell him I had the money in my purse or nothing. You know what? I had nothing but $100 bills. I went down there and I was sitting in the lobby. And the lady was like, Big Pooh Bear's mama's here. I walked in and I had my youngest daughter with me. I walked in. I was like, yes, I want to know why my son is still in jail. I mean, he got a bond. We can get him out. Let's get him out. He can't do 30 days. He said, ma'am, let me share something with you. This is what he said. Now, take in consideration, I am married to a black man. And a black man told me to leave him in there. He will learn his lesson. Quit babying that boy. That is a grown man. And I want to listen. I want to listen to you because you ain't his daddy. I don't want to listen to you. But he went out and got me the money to get him, just in case. That's what I wanted to do. I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want to do because I want you to be okay, mama. Okay. I'm down there in the office to get my son with the money in my purse. And the white man says, ma'am, you don't want to do that. And I say, why not? Why I don't want to do it? That's my son. You don't know what's going on with him. He's calling me every day. He's like, and he's going to call you every day. He says, but there's 2 reasons why you don't want to do that. This is his first offense, number 1. Number 2 is, guess what? He is learning a lesson not to hang around these people, not to be around that person, not to let this person around him. Next time, he's going to learn not to do it. Not, mom, come run, get him out. Number 3 is the reason why you don't want to do it. If this ever happens again, guess who they're going to take to jail? They're going to take him to jail. Why? Because they know mom got that money and mom's going to put that money out there. You will sell your house, wouldn't you? I said, you dang sure right. He said, don't do it. He goes to court Wednesday. They're going to let him go. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way they're going to let him go. They got him on a bond for, what was it, $30,000 or something, $35,000, $38,000 bond. He said, ma'am, nuh-uh. They're going to let him out. And if they don't, we'll get him. I said, okay. I look at my little girl because she was with me. Because she said, mama came hard. Mama's like, I got all the money in my purse. Matter of fact, I just stuffed it in there just like I stole it. Went back home, put all the money together and put it up. Wednesday, my oldest daughter came with me. We went to court. And guess what? They let my son out on his own recognizance. Didn't even have to wait the 30 days. Or I think he did do all 30 days. But that's what the man told me. Let him do it. I bet you he won't do that no more. And I tell you what, you guys, I hate to tell you this, but my son have not been in trouble since. He don't even hang around that kind of stuff. When he see that stuff pop off, guess what he do? He go the other direction. And that's called tough love. Leisure said, I bet he won't. No, he don't. He don't do that no more. He be like, somebody want to fight. He be like, either I'm going to knock you out or you not going to get up, but we just not going to fight. And I started. And then I'm going to jail because you done said something make me mad because my son got a hot head. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, we took him out. Go fight that person. Person ain't doing nothing but out there cutting the grass. He'll tell you about it. His friends take him out there and said, go fight that person. Bet you want to go fight that person. And then that's what they had to do. They had to go fight a stranger. He's come up to the stranger. I asked my son, why would you do something like that? He was like, Mama, that's what we do. They was like, you think you big and bad? Just we're going to take you out, and the first person we see, we point to, you got to go fight that person. They fighting people. It ain't got nothing to do with them. Don't even know their name or nothing. Just stupid stuff as kids. Trying to fit in. Just things. You know what I'm telling? And I tried to tell him, you're getting charges that you're not going to be able to get bond on, because they're not a non contact charges. When you get charges on contact charges, they're a little bit more difficult to get the bond. The bond is high because you're putting people at risk or the community's in danger. Now, if you went out and stole a bicycle, you can get a bond. You went out and wrecked the car, you can get a bond. But you put your hands on somebody, those are contact charges. Even when you're in prison, it's hard to get furloughs and hard to get, certain benefits and stuff. I'm just trying to tell you guys, I done seen it all. I done seen it from the kudu to the Buddha. But anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to come on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. We will definitely drop this nugget. I will open up the live early just so that you guys know we are coming on. Be in here. It is going to be mind-blowing what I'm going to drop. It's going to be mind-blowing, you guys. It's going to make you think differently. I'm not going to try to make you think differently. What you hear in the context of me talking to somebody else, it's not like it's true. It's like it's just a conversation that I'm trying to get them to talk and open up. So that's like me calling Leisure saying, hey, Leisure, I heard that you was looking for me. And then Leisure say, I wasn't looking for you. Yeah, I heard you was looking for me, that you was going to beat me up. Whether that's true or not, which is not true, I just want Leisure to talk to me. Well, was you over here on 5th and Avenue Monday night? Yeah, I was over there. Was you talking to Jessica? Yeah, I was. Well, okay then. You must have said it, because you know what I'm saying, to get the person to talk. So what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to that person is not so true. Anywho, somebody, she said, I'll set my notification on. Yes, somebody was texting me. And I just noticed that my daughter's out of town, so I'm finna call my grandson to make sure he's okay and everything's all right. But you guys understand, I'm gonna drop it tomorrow, and it's just nobody's really talking about this. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it on out, because I think I'm really at a dead end. I'm gonna try to make one more phone call, and after I make this last phone call, I'm not gonna try anymore. It's not that I'm giving up, it's just hey, we tried to get information, and either they don't know, or they either don't know, but everybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get on off of here. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna drop that nugget thin. And you guys, make sure you be good, be great, be nice to each other. Bye.